and the carry completely undoing for Burtel.
This is more the length that Kugelheim likes to bowl. He's been a little bit full to the left-hander, attempting to swing it back into the left-hander, but it's not really his natural shape. He bowls it more, it's with the arm rather than conventional late swing.
The hard length, just the two fielders, deep square leg and deep third man. Just studied into the bat, isn't it? The kind of speed that he's bowling with. Into the over, 2 done, 4 for 1.
These stalwarts, these pillars.
Get ready.
हेलो साथीहरु, तपाईहरु चाहिँ अन्य वेबसाइट वा यसबाट लाइभ हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने
really contrasting styles for the two sides to start the innings off. We saw a little bit of a tsunami when the Royals started their innings. Really nice shot off the back foot, had to pierce the fielder. He did that with a surgeon's precision. Really delectable and delightful was that back foot cover drive from Karel.
Delivered from well behind the stumps. Now no protection on that offside for Harmeet Singh.
Down the track, down the ground, there is a fielder there, straight down the throat of the man at long off. Really simple for Harmeet Singh. The pressure of Rossington's wicket perhaps telling on Karel.
Well, you can't do this. Not if you run out one of your match winners. Then you've got to take some responsibility on your shoulders and play an innings of substance instead. Finds a boundary and then finds mid-off, a back-pedaling mid-off. So Karel goes for 6. Early trouble here for the Avengers, 8 for 2.
हेलो साथीहरु, तपाईहरु चाहिँ अन्य वेबसाइट वा यसबाट लाइभ हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ।
Kiran Tuguna, the man coming in at the fall of Karel's wicket. A lot of work to do. Just 32 as his best. So very early in the piece, staring down the barrel are the Avengers. Slip in place, Harmeet Singh bowling with his tail up, getting a little bit of turn and bounce on this trip. There it is. He's asked the question. The umpire will surely go up for technology, as we've seen. That's the pattern. He's gone up. Is the foot behind the popping crease?
Bandari's pretty confident. Front foot is not a problem. Never really is a problem for Harmeet Singh. We saw a little bit earlier him bowling the ball from well behind the stumps. Yeah, he's got plenty of room to play with. Now the question is while playing the sweep shot, does the back foot drag? Does it drag? Does it lift up? We've had some tight ones already this evening. And umpire Vimalasiri is back in the spotlight.
Just take a look at it. Yes, he's out of his crease there. Keeper collects really nicely and he seems to be fine. Some part of that foot has to be behind the popping crease, and in my opinion, quite a bit of that foot is behind the popping crease. But who am I to say anything at all? It's the third umpire's decision that matters. We'll just wait and see what umpire Vimalasiri has to say this time around.
Well, if he gives it out, he's going against a whole heap of cricket players who've all gone back to their respective positions, because none of them think it's out. None of them think it's out. Now the line, the reminder, the line belongs to the umpire. So if you're on the line, you're out. But any part of the foot that's behind the line would mean not out. So you can't, when you bat first, you can't post 140, you'll get beaten. But if you post 220 or you post 190, I fully agree with you, then the pressure is on you, and due or no due, it's an extremely difficult run chase. But it does seem as though that's the trend, that the players or the captains or the management are deciding that if the coin lands correctly for them, they want to chase.
Yeah, just eluding the man at slip. Couple of runs. Just followed the spin, didn't he, really? No real conviction in that shot.
Are you a bat first man? You're a bat first man? Yeah. Well, the great Sir Donald Bradman always said 99% of the times you win the toss, you bat first. The other 1% you think about it and you bat first. There was no T20 in those days, though.
Slow in the air. It's turned around the corner. We'll take the single and keep the strike. End of over number 3. Pokhara Avengers 11 for 2. Eleven for 2, 3 overs done, and in trouble. They've lost Adam Rossington very early in the piece. A horrible mix-up with Dinesh Karel, and then Karel throwing it away. Very first over of Harmeet Singh. Now they're just staring down the barrel are the Avengers. They'll have a very, very deep hole to dig themselves out of here. That's the length that Kugelheim needs to bowl. Direct hit, asks the question. He runs away for a boundary as well. Well, it's all happening here at the TU International Stadium.
You're taking your life into your own hands if you want to run a single to that man. Evidently, he's the best in the world. But he is so quick over the ground. Gets to it lightning quick, pick up and throw. He barely misses, but he's going to be home safe. Easily home, and unfortunately no one was backing up. How could you? Because of the deflection that it took, and it ran away for 4. So there'll be 5 here.
A nice little gift from the skipper. Dipendra Singh Irie, he's a live wire. There it is, not out, the right decision. But he does have that habit and the knack of throwing the stumps down. Every great fielder has the knack of throwing direct on the stumps. The aggrieved Scotty Kugelheim bowled a nice delivery. Definitely didn't expect it to go for 5 runs. 16 now for 2. Slip in place. Once again, nicely bowled.
How does he contort his body to throw that, and accurately? Now, there's a man backing up down here who runs the most peculiar of angles, and then realizes, hang on, this thing's going a lot quicker than I thought, and he has to turn it 90 degrees and then give chase. Was nowhere near it.
Well, HD, I just do have a question for you regard to these really good fielders. You've seen Jonty Rhodes from real close quarters. There it is again. There you see Harmeet Singh throwing the ball but doesn't hit the stumps. These great fielders, they say practice makes you perfect. But is it a little God's gift as well, the ability to strike the stumps like we just saw Irie do?
I think that comes from practice, but I think there is a gift of speed, which is not everyone is given, unfortunately. Someone with a microphone in their hand, being me, is one of them. So Dipendra Singh Airy, low centre of gravity, short in stature. So he's close to the ground. He gets the ball really quickly and can release it quickly. Think of tall people, they've got to go a long way down to pick the ball up and then try and get themselves into a strong position to be able to throw the ball. So I think you often find your best fielders, I can think of someone like Andrew Simons maybe, who was a big unit. They're often not the tallest of people. But hitting the stumps, that's practice. That's practice.
And they do it at all weird angles, don't they? That's the beauty of watching someone like a Irie or a Jonty Rhodes, Ravindra Jadeja. That'll be runs as well. Half stop by the man at point. 2 runs for skipper Burtel. A lot of work for him to do. He'll have to climb a long way. Oh, HD and I both enjoying ourselves here in commentary, watching a lot of cricket and enjoying the cricket here, the hospitality, HD.
I was enjoying the conversation about the fielders, to be honest. That was entertaining.
What do you think? Nicely turned around the corner. Oh, just confusion once again. All's well that ends well. 4 done, 20 for 2.
हेलो साथीहरू, तपाईहरु चाहिँ अन्य वेबसाइट वा यसबाट लाइभ हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट योनो टिभी हो है। त्यसैले गुगलमा गएर योनो टिभी सर्च गरेर हाम्रो अफिसियल
That's how things have stacked up so far. The Sudurpaschim Royals put into bat, got that man on 193 for 7 thanks to Brown 68 and Chris Lynn's cameo 31 of 13. And in reply, just on the back foot are the Pokhara Avengers 20 for 2. 1 for 9 in his very first over. Harmeet Singh will be back again for over number 3. His skipper has just given him 1 extra over to see whether he can pick up the big wicket of Kushal Burtel. One of the few bowlers that I've seen is you're getting a little turn off the pitch.
I think one of the other reasons that he's keeping him on here is to the right-handers specifically. Burtel 100% correct, but also Jimmy Neesham's the left-hander. He's the real threat. Probably doesn't want to bowl the left-arm spinner to Neesham later on in the innings.
Great point to make there. Down the track, little bit of turn. The wicket-keeper has the bails off in a flash. And wicket number 3 now for the Avengers goes down. The umpire has gone up for technology, but it's going to be a really easy decision for the third umpire or the TV umpire.
Lovely bit of bowling, wasn't it? So much flight. Gets it up in the air and says, come on, I'm going to give you a good look at this. Why don't you try and hit me back over my head? But the flight, and he gives it a good turn as well. nowhere near. But that's, yes, nice bit of glove work. But what a wonderful bit of bowling by Harmeet Singh. Out is the call. Giran goes for 9. Big trouble. And here comes Jimmy Neesham, 20 for 3.
What a decision by the skipper of the Sudurpaschim Royals to just give Harmeet Singh one more over, HD, and that's really turned things around, brought Jimmy Neesham out there, and a hill higher than Chobara to climb for Jimmy Neesham and the Avengers now.
A wonderful T20 career and a wonderful tournament last year, Jimmy Neesham. He was instrumental in taking the Bolts to the title. Now, just wonder how early he will look for those boundaries, because there is 4 deliveries remaining of this Harmeet Singh over, and I'm not sure he'll bowl again if Neesham is at the wicket. He's done the damage early on.
Well, absolutely, I don't think he needs to bowl again. He's done the damage, and if it turns like that, perhaps the skipper will be tempted to give him another one. Let's take a look at why Neesham is out there in the middle.
Lovely bit of bowling, isn't it? The flight and the little bit of drift back in to the right-hander, then we'll call that turn. He gives the ball a spin.
Nicely tucked around the corner, will get off the mark. I'm happy you mentioned the difference between spin and turn. Spin is something that the bowler imparts, and turn is something that the purchase that he gets off the pitch. So he's really giving it a rip, is Harmeet Singh, and he's getting turn off the surface, which I didn't see too many other bowlers getting. Well, if he can get the skipper out here, certainly a slip in a very deep gully, perhaps a second slip. And 2 deliveries to contend with for skipper Burtail. Oh, really nicely bowled.
Perfect that the skipper says, right, you bowl at the right-handers. I've got a sneaky feeling that they have to try and look to get on with things, and Captain Dipendra Singh Airy was right to keep Harmeet Singh on for one more.
Well, these are the nuances of the game that really turn things around for you one way or the other. Down the ground, just not carrying to the man. Kugaline at long off. Well, in trouble after 5 are the Pokhara Avengers, chasing 194 or 22 for 3.
South Africa.
हेलो साथीहरु, तपाईहरु अफिसियल मुख्य वेबसाइटबाट लाइभ हेर्दिनुस् है।
There's a big gulf between the two sides, and those numbers say it's 60 for no loss after 6 with the Royals, and Avengers are on the mat, 25 for 3. They're asking grade over 12. They're going at 4.7. Top order polished, and it's the middle order now that needs to really stay and score. Problems plenty. The power play is out of the way, and in the comfort zone, driver's seat, the bragging rights are the Sudurpaschim Royals. As Hemant Dhami comes on to bowl, I've really found him impressive, Andrew. Something about a tall bowler's frame. Kushal Burtail, very unlike his batting personality. He's accumulated 7 in 12. Neesham 2 in 6. Strike rates nowhere close to what they should be right now.
I'll tell you what made it all the more impressive for me, Hemant Dhami's spell the other day. I personally felt as though he outbowled Scott Kugaline, but think of the weight that he's had. He played 2 games last season. He didn't get to bowl, It was completely perplexing given his potential. He's played for the Nepal national team. And 2 for 26 off just 3 overs. Bowled with a real yard of pace. I thought he was right up there towards Kugaline's pace. A bowler with rich potential.
Yeah, just keeping Nisham on the back foot. This is good bowling, backed up by some great fielding.
Irie is everywhere. You can't take your eyes off of him. Was just up with his mother in the crowd. His mother is here for every game. She is the proudest mother anywhere in this country because he can do things like this. Okay, it didn't actually take a wicket. I'm not sure many other turned that into a run-out chance. The speed he got to the ball with, and then there was a side-on replay where he's barely picked it up and he throws it just inches off the ground. That world record he created in Oman, 5 direct hit run-outs in 5 games.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that side angle once again. You spoke about him trying to release the ball. He's off balance here, and it's never easy to take aim when you're off balance.
It's just the fact he's even made it a chance. It all happens at superhuman speed. Those 5 run-outs as well in 5 consecutive games, all direct hits. He's just great for the game, and I think he's going to be, across the course of the next 5 to 10 years, one who'll help tell the story of Nepal cricket around the world. I'm just surprised he doesn't get more opportunities in some other franchise leagues too. A lot of that is because Nepal plays so much international cricket. He isn't often available.
Edged. Did it carry? Interesting to see where Jimmy Neesham is standing in that crease over there as well, Andrew. He's standing deep, and at the point of delivery he's moving behind.
Well, isn't it remarkable? This is a man who struck at 190. I don't think it carried through to Binod Bandar. He's done well, actually. Damn, he thought he had the biggest wicket of his young life. Great to see the reaction. Neesham is 3 off 9. This will be a good angle here. Doesn't quite carry. Great effort. That's 3 runs saved, plus 3 in the coach's notebook. But Neesham, who struck at virtually 2 runs for every delivery he faced last season, change of kit, 3 off 9.
This man's generating pace and he's getting some deviation off the surface as well. Great exhibition here of seam and swing by young Hemant Dami.
If you take away the final 5 overs of the first innings, nothing has gone right. Nothing has gone right. Right.
Dami.
If you take away the final 5 overs of the first innings, nothing has gone right.
Left-arm spinner hitting with the turn. Yes, absolutely, but he's got this brute power, and he's the leg side for Rossington is the...
Brilliant ball, fielding rather in the deep by Noreen South, and that's to his wrong side. Remember, he's a left-arm spinner.
I'll tell you something, I think
just hurrying the batter, just going straight. The bigger concern here for the Pokhara Avengers, they lost their first game by 53 runs, and that's a huge margin of defeat.
They could lose this one by more than that.
Easy 2, boys, easy 2.
9 runs coming off this over. 37 for 3.
These stalwarts, these pillars.
Get ready. I'm a king, but I'm far from a saint. They call me a bad man, that's a fucking good thing. Then what I do now, a whole lot worse. Heavy is the head, it's a blessing and a curse.
Buckle down for bigger challenges ahead.
This broadcast is brought to you in association with Bimal Elaichi.
Beautiful evening, mesmerizing, breathtaking, majestic. Running short of adjectives here.
I tell you the most incredible thing about it, this is the same ground we were at last year, and you can kind of almost forget that because of the scale and the quality of the development that has been completed and undertaken in less than a calendar year. About 10 months or so, the work got underway in early 2025, and we've heard everyone wax lyrical about it.
Everyone's really now soaking into this atmosphere.
My favourite part about everything they've done, they did it in trademark Nepali style. The final floodlight testing. There's only one way to do things here in Nepal. can be a little bit chaotic, a little bit manic. But the important thing is they got there when it mattered. They got there when it counts. This is truly a world class for Nepal for decades and decades to come.
Not just the cricketers, Andrew, and the fans deserve this. The way they are involved with the sport, their knowledge about each cricketer and their performances, how well informed they are about everything. It's not a passionate crowd, it's a very intelligent fan base. Lovely delivery, just holding its line.
I'm actually going to read you one message I received from the former Dutch national team captain Peter Saylor, who had a wonderful career. He said, Lenny, I won't use the exact word, the expletives that he used, is that really the same ground in Nepal as before that I played at? It looks absolutely unreal. Where are the people in the trees, though, is his only question. Well, I don't think you can get a view from a tree now. The parapets, the stands are too high.
I'm not quite sure he's bid this one. Kugaline's coming out that he'll watch it sail. That's the strength and power of Nisham. Even if it gets the toe end of the bat, it will go over the ropes. What a hit.
Yeah, and albeit that the Royals have dominated, well, 90% of this encounter, whilst Nisham is there, the game is alive, particularly when Bertel is with him. And I think you're spot on what you say. He didn't get any of this. He probably got about, well, 50-60% of it at best, but he has the muscle and the quality. For the second time, Dami thought he had Nisham. This time it goes all the way for 6.
Over the bowler's head, runs once again, work to do for Kugaline, and he does really well to come around and tilt it too. Yeah, so Nisham's role is very clearly distinguished over here. And they'll have to really be on zoom mode, maybe just sit on that large pulsar to get to the target as well. The next gen pulsar power, explosive, that's what we are seeing from Jimmy Nisham. Fast, that's what we are seeing from Kushal Burtel. But unstoppable, we'll have to wait and watch. But that's a lovely vehicle.
Beautifully delivered, I must say, as well.
It's just rubbing off from the best. That goes past, shot fine, and that'll race away for a 4. Runs coming thick and fast, a bit of counter attack, and that's helping the Pokhara Avengers. Nisham in the house.
Finally, a bit of momentum in this chase. It is funny, he comes up here in the 9th over. That catch from Josh Brown for me, well, it's about as easy as they come at the top level here. We so often see it. I know it wasn't Nisham who was put down. It was Bertel that was dropped. But the momentum has just started to swing toward in red. They need it, and they need plenty more of it.
Yeah, the Avengers need a Nisham special tonight. Yeah, he's middling it well. They need to push for 2, they'll stick to 1, and this will also mean that Nisham will keep strike for over number 10. It's been a good over, 14 coming off it, 51 for 3.
हेलो साथीहरू, तपाईहरु चाहिँ अन्य वेबसाइट वा एप्सबाट लाइभ हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट योनो टिभी हो है। त्यसैले गुगलमा गएर योनो टिभी सर्च गरेर हाम्रो अफिसियल मुख्य वेबसाइटबाट लाइभ हेर्दिनुहोस् है।
Over number 9 has been the best for the Pokhara Avengers so far. They accumulated 14. They need quite a few of these overs if they have to get closer to the target.
Best over of the innings. And Hemant Dami probably a little unlucky. Oh, look at this. Talk about Nepali style, sir. Not just the Dhaka topi. Have a look at that moustache. We are in Movember after all. 'Tis the season.
That was a grand sight. Ishan Pandey, some off spin now with Nisham in the middle.
I thought he changed the game the other night when John Simpson was at the crease. It looked the easiest of chases for the Gorkhas. Pandey trapped him LBW, the game shifted.
enough time to rock back. That'll beat the fielder, split the fielders rather. He started off well and he's welcomed Ishan with a 4. Pressure on the bowler.
I think it might have gone all the way. My initial instinct was that this has gone over the rope. It's classic Nisham power, isn't it? Over the rope. Nobody hits sixes with more regularity than this Kiwi. You can see why he was on the golf course a few days ago. Look at that follow through. Yeah. Then this Kiwi. I see the divot. You can see why he was on the pitch mark a few days ago. Look at that follow through. Yep. I reckon that's 6. You can see the divot or the pitch mark. Well, we think it was 6. Don't know if we have the signal. Given as 6. And there'll be pressure on Ishan Pandey. Spoke to him the other evening. Such an articulate young man, such a bright young man. Qualified doctor. Amazing. He wanted to pay tribute to all of his colleagues, both in his medical colleges and now that he's fully qualified, for the scale of support that they've given him to continue to chase his cricketing dreams alongside his profession.
Dr. Ishan Pandey. That's a nice designation.
Gonna have to speak to our graphics guys. You got to get the doctor on there. Can't just say Ishan. It should say Dr. Pandey.
He's got a lot of height and the distance as well. On the shorter side is Pandey this evening, and he's receiving the treatment as well, and the crowd's going gaga.
Well, that baby is going gaga for the Avengers. Wasn't a good delivery. Just sat there to be hit halfway down. Bertel too good to miss out on that. He'd really struggled up to that point. Just 11 off 19. And then he just pongos this one into the night sky. Game on all of a sudden. Amazing how quickly it turns. If Nisham is there in 7, 8, even 10 overs time, the Avengers might get home.
This one's right out of the screws into the cow corner region. Back-to-back 6s. Bertel's launching his missiles.
And have we finally had a crowd catch? This man says yes, he doesn't want to give the ball back. And Abhinesh Pokhara is saying, why am I not bowling? I only bowled 1 over the other night. Look at this for a shot. Top class. Was this taken? Here we go. Oh no. Come on, sir, you can't claim that. Don't be claiming a crowd catch if you don't hold on. Really good strike. 6 more to the total. All of a sudden, the momentum has shifted. What about that Josh Brown catch? The 50 partnership comes up.
How quick this game is changing fortunes and momentum. Until the time both these batters are there in the middle.
That's wrong. Naib and Tanvir
Sudurpaschim Royals will be on their toes.
It says Naib dropped by Tanvir.
They know the danger these batters bring to the table. Give it!
Dot ball to round out a action-packed over, the most expensive of the innings. 19 have come from it. And that will get us to the halfway stage of the chase. The game's been brought to life by a fantastic partnership. It's time for the expert education strategic timeout.